Welcome to the topic 25, titled Performing Operations with Scientific Notation. So dito, katulad ng significant figures, we are performing also for fundamental operations with scientific notation. And these are addition and subtraction, and we have also multiplication and division. So in addition and subtraction with scientific notation, this is the rule. If n sub 1 and n sub 2 are real numbers in scientific notation, and n sub 1 is equal to p times 10 raised to k, and n sub 2 is equal to q times 10 raised to k, then n sub 1 plus n sub 2 is equal to p plus q times 10 raised to k, and n sub 1 minus n sub 2 is equal to p minus q times 10 raised to k. So here, pag mag-a-add tayo ng dalawang scientific notation, i-add lamang po natin yung mantisa. Okay? And copy the common power of 10. Okay? With the same exponent. Okay? Ganun din yung rule pagdating sa subtraction. Let's say, for example, perform the indicated operations. Letter A, 1.32 times 10 raised to 8 plus 5.81 times 10 raised to 8. Letter B, 7.13 times 10 raised to 8 minus 3.39 times 10 raised to 8. Letter C, 4.59 times 10 raised to 4 plus 8.76 times 10 raised to 5. Letter D, 6.32 times 10 raised to negative 5 minus 1.07 times 10 raised to negative 6. So in letter A and B, we're adding and subtracting, okay, na kung saan yung power of 10 have the same exponent. So in this case, we have common exponent, which is 8. Ganun din sa subtraction, common exponent is 8. Okay? In the case of letter C and letter D naman, we are adding and subtracting with different exponent. Okay? So paano kaya natin makukuha yung sum and difference with scientific notation? So let's begin with letter A, 1.32 times 10 raised to 8 plus 5.81 times 10 raised to 8. Okay? So yung rule kanina, where n sub 1, let's say for example, this is our n sub 1, okay, equals p times 10 raised to k, and this is our n sub 2, q times 10 raised to k. Okay, where in k here must be equal, or our exponent, okay, of our base 10 must be equal. So yung gagawin natin dito, i-add lang yung mantisa, which in this case, we have the 1.32 and 5.81. So let's copy first the given. So we have 1.32 times 10 raised to 8 plus 5.81 times 10 raised to 8. So here, we will add the mantisas, okay, or the two mantisas. That is 1.32 plus 5.81. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. Carry 1. Write 1, carry 1, 1 plus 1, 2, plus 5, 7. So, ibig sabihin, yung sum ng ating mantisa is equal to 7.13. Okay? And yung gagawin natin sa common power of 10 with the same exponent, ikakopy lang. Therefore, the sum of these is 7.13 times 10 raised to 8. So, this is the final sum for letter A. Letter B, same din yung rule, katulad ng letter A, 7.13 times 10 raised to 8 minus 3.39 times 10 raised to 8. So this time naman yung operation is subtraction. So instead of adding, we will subtract these two scientific notation. Okay? So same rule lang din, we will subtract the two mantisas, 7.13 minus 3.39, and copy the power of 10, okay, which is common. Power of 10 with common exponent. So that means 7.13 minus 3.39 is equal to 3.74, and copy the common power of 10 with common exponent, that is 10 raised to 8. Thus, the difference of 7.13 times 10 raised to 8 minus 3.39 times 10 raised to 8 is 3.74 times 10 raised to 8. Simple as that. So how about a letter C? So here, yung power of 10 natin have different exponent. Okay? Yung una natin, we have 4. Yung isa naman is 5. So, paano natin makukuha yung sum nito? So, let's copy first. We have 4.59 times 10 raised to 4 plus 8.76 times 10 raised to 5. So, we cannot automatically add our mantisas because we have a different exponent, okay, of our base 10. So, dapat, bago tayo makapag-proceed to add addition, see to it na pareho yung exponent ng ating base 10. So, kailangang magiging 5 to or magiging 4 ito. Okay? So, either of the two. Okay? Pwede magiging 5 to, gawin natin 5 yung 4, or gawin natin 4 yung 5. So, in this case, gagalawin natin yung 4.59 times 10 raised to 4 to come up with an exponent of 5. So, paano yan? So, copy. The 4.59 times 10 raised to 4. Ito yung gagalawin natin. Gagawin natin tong 5. Paano? Okay? So, here, alam natin na kulang tayo ng 1. So, kukuha tayo dito ng 10 raised to 1 from 4.59. Okay? And that is, yung 4.59 is also the same as 0.459 times 10 raised to 1. Okay? Since 10 times 0.459 is the same as 4.59. Then copy the 10 raised to 4. Okay? So, the rule here, pagdating sa multiplication, okay, ng exponent, okay, or ng exponential number, pag the same yung base, copy lang yung common base and add the exponent. So here, yung 10 raised to 1 times 10 raised to 4 is also the same as 10 raised to 1 plus 4. Okay? Again, rule here is copy the common base, which is 10, and add the exponent. So 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. So that means 4.59 times 10 raised to 4 is also the same as 0.459 times 10 raised to 5. So, pwede na nating palitan yung 4.59 times 10 raised to 4 ng 0.459 times 10 raised to 5. So, pwede na tayong mag-add since we have the same exponent of 5. Okay? 0.459 plus 8.76 is equal to 9.219. Then copy the common power of 10 with the same exponent, that is 10 raised to 5. Thus, the sum of 4.59 times 10 raised to 4 plus 8.76 times 10 raised to 5 is equal to 9.219 times 10 raised to 5. Letter D, same case. Okay, so we will subtract the 6.32 times 10 raised to negative 5 minus 1.07 times 10 raised to negative 6. Again, either gagawin natin tong the same. Okay, so pwedeng gagawin natin tong negative 6 or gagawin natin tong negative 5. So for my case, I will operate the first scientific notation. Okay? So yung 6.32 times 10 raised to negative 5, gagawin natin tong negative 6. Okay? Para makapag-proceed tayo in subtraction. But the question is how? Okay? So here, kulang tayo ng negative 1. So kukuha tayo ng 10 raised to negative 1 from 6.32. Okay? So that means, gagalawin natin. Okay? Yung decimal point na to the right, 1 unit. Okay? To obtain negative 1. That is, 6.32 is also the same as 63.2 times 10 raised to negative 1. 10 raised to negative 1 is also the same as 0.1. When you multiply it by 63.2, the answer is 6.32. So it is the same. Okay, pareho lang yung 6.32 and 63.2 times 10 raised to negative 1. And then drop your 10 raised to negative 5. Okay, then proceed to simplification. So meron tayong common base. Yung gagawin natin sa exponent again, i-add natin. Negative 1 plus negative 5 is equal to negative 6. Okay? So again, 10 raised to negative 1 times 10 raised to negative 5 is the same as 10 raised to negative 6. And drop your 63.2. So instead of 6.32 times 10 raised to negative 5, we will use 63.2 or 63.20 times 10 raised to negative 6. Pwede na natin i-work out yung subtraction because we have now the same exponent of negative 6. Okay? And 63.20 minus 1.07 is the same as 62.13. Then drop down the common power of 10 with the same exponent, that is 10 raised to negative 6. Is this the final answer? No. Okay? So this is not yet the final answer. Kasi nga, yung m natin or our mantisa is greater than 10. The rule, again, now recall that m must be equal to 1 or greater than 1 but less than 10. Okay? So we need to work out 62.13 times 10 raised to negative 6 into accurate scientific notation. So that is, okay, we will move this decimal point 1 unit to the left, okay, para makakuha tayo ng 6.2113. In this case, mas mataas na siya sa 1 but hindi siya bababa ng 10. Okay? So 62.13 is also the same as 6.213 times 10 raised to 1. And drop down your 10 raised to negative 6. Again, to simplify, we have the same base of 10. So i-drop down natin. And gagawin natin sa exponent is i-add. Okay, so 1 plus negative 6 is equal to negative 5. Thus, 63.20 times 10 raised to negative 6 minus 1.07 times 10 raised to negative 6 is 62.13 times 10 raised to negative 6, or that is 6.213 times 10 raised to negative 5. So this is the final answer for letter D, 6.213 times 10 raised to negative 5. Let's proceed to multiplication and division with scientific notation naman. Okay? So same rule, if n sub n and fn sub 2 are real numbers in scientific notation and n sub 1 is equal to m sub 1 times 10 raised to j and n sub 2 is equal to m sub 2 times 10 raised to k, then, okay, kung i-multiply natin yung dalawang scientific notation, the rule is multiply the two mantisas times 10 raised to j plus k. So unlike kanina sa addition and subtraction na i-drop down natin yung common base of 10 with the same exponent, dito naman sa multiplication, we will add the exponent of your 10. Okay? And pagdating naman sa division, divide the two mantisas times 10 raised to j minus k. So yung exponent naman natin, isa-subtract natin. Okay? In multiplication, we will add the two exponents. In division, we will subtract the two exponents. Example. Perform the indicated operations. Letter A, 2.3 times 10 raised to 7 times 3 times 10 raised to negative 4. Letter B, 7.1 times 10 raised to 8 times 3.3 times 10 raised to 8. Letter C, 1.21 times 10 raised to 4, divide by 1.1 times 10 raised to negative 5. Letter D, 6.32 times 10 raised to negative 5, divide by 1.264 times 10 raised to 5. Okay, letter A, 2.3 times 10 raised to 7 times 3 times 10 raised to negative 4. Okay, so remember that the rule when multiplying scientific notation is that we need to multiply the two mantisas and copy the same base, but you need to add the exponent of that base. So copy first, 2.3 times 10 raised to 7 times 3 times 10 raised to negative 4. Again, the rule is we need to multiply the two mantisas. That is 2.3 times 3, and it gives us a product of 6.9. Okay, so this is our mantisa. At gagawin natin sa exponent, exponential number. Okay, so we have 10 raised to 7 times 10 raised to negative 4. So copy the common base and add the exponent. Okay, when multiplying two exponents. So we have 10 raised to 7 plus negative 4. 7 plus negative 4 is equal to positive 3. So yung magiging exponential number natin that will become 10 raised to 3. So that means 2.3 times 10 raised to 7 times 3 times 10 raised to negative 4. The product is 6.9 times 10 raised to 3. Okay, letter B, 7.1 times 10 raised to 8 times 3.3 times 10 raised to 8. Okay, so again, copy the given. We have 7.1 times 10 raised to 8 times 3.3 times 10 raised to 8. Okay, so here again the rule when multiplying scientific notations, we need to multiply the two mantises. That is 7.1 times 3.3. The product is 23.43. Okay, yung gagawin naman natin sa exponential number, we need to multiply 10 raised to 8 times 10 raised to 8. We have the same base of 10, so ikakopy lang natin siya, then i-add yung exponent. That is 10 raised to 8 plus 8. And 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. That means 7.1 times 10 raised to 8 times 3.3 times 10 raised to 8 is 23.43 times 10 raised to 16. Now, 23.43 times 10 raised to 16 is not in the proper scientific notation. Okay? Kasi kailangan dito sa 23.43, it must be greater than 1 or equal to 1 but less than 10. Since greater than 10 siya, so it is not in its proper scientific notation. So we will simplify this. 23.43 times 10 raised to 16. So dito, yung 23.43, we will move the decimal point 1 unit to the left, okay, to come up with the mantisa, which is greater than 1 but less than 10. That is 2.343. Okay? Since nag-move tayo ng decimal point to the left, that means 23.43 is also the same as 2.343 times 10 raised to 1. 10 raised to 1 is also the same as 10. When you multiply 10 by 2.343, the answer is 23.43. So pareho lang siya. Then drop down the 10 raised to 16. Simplify. Copy the 2.343. Then multiply these exponential numbers. Okay? Yung gagawin natin dito is copy the common base, which is 10. Then i-add natin yung exponent. 1 plus 16 is 17. Thus, the proper scientific notation of 23.43 times 10 raised to 16 is 2.343 times 10 raised to 17. And this is the final product of letter B. Okay, letter C. We have 1.21 times 10 raised to 4 divided by 1.1 times 10 raised to negative 5. So when dividing two scientific notations, our rule is we will divide the two mantisas. That is 1.21 divided by 1.1. Okay? So yun yung una natin gagawin. I-divide natin yung two mantisas. 1.21 divided by 1.1 and the answer is 1.1. So ito na yung magiging new mantisas natin. Okay? Ano naman yung gagawin natin sa exponential number? Okay, since the operation is division, yung gagawin natin sa exponent is isa-subtract. That means 10 raised to 4 divided by 10 raised to negative 5 is also the same as 10 raised to 4 minus negative 5. 4 minus negative 5 is also the same as 4 plus 5. And 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. That means 10 raised to 4 divided by 10 raised to negative 5 is 10 raised to 9. Thus, the quotient of 1.21 times 10 raised to 4 divided by 1.1 times 10 raised to negative 5 is 1.1 times 10 raised to 9. And this is the final quotient. Okay, for the last item, we have 6.32 times 10 raised to 5 divided by 1.264 times 10 raised to positive 5. Okay, so again, yung rule natin when dividing scientific notation, i-divide natin yung mantisas natin muna. Okay, that is 6.32 divided by 1.264. It will give us a quotient of positive 5. Yung gagawin natin sa exponential number, i-divide. That is 10 raised to 5 divided by 10 raised to 5. Okay, since division yung operation, we will subtract the exponent and copy the common base, which is 10. That is 10 raised to 5 minus 5. And 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. And arithmetic rule, any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So that means 10 raised to 5 divided by 10 raised to 5 is also the same as 10 raised to 0, or that is 1. Okay, therefore, the answer of 6.32 times 10 raised to 5 divided by 1.264 times 10 raised to 5 is 5 times 10 raised to 0, or that is 5 times 1, and the answer is 5. Okay, 5 times 10 raised to 0, or 5 times 1, which is equal to 5. That's the final answer. For the next topic, stand by for topic number 26. Let's talk about the terminologies involving algebraic expressions.